In a distant realm lived a sagacious and erudite man who was renowned for his profound comprehension of the enigmas of life. People from all corners of the realm sought him out for guidance and wisdom. One day a youthful man approached him burdened by sorrow. His father had recently passed away, and he grappled to fathom the tragedy. He questioned the wise man about God's design and how to place trust in him. The wise man paused for a moment and then shared a tale with the young man. He recounted, "Long ago, there reigned a magnificent emperor who governed a vast and thriving empire. His subjects adored him and his adversaries respected him. However, one day, the emperor fell gravely ill, and despite the most diligent efforts of his healers, he could not be cured. The emperor's counselors grew anxious, aware that he had no heir. They dreaded the prospect that upon the emperor's passing, the empire would plunge into turmoil and ruin. Thus, they commenced the quest for a successor to the emperor, someone wise, just, and competent to guide the empire with skill. They scoured every corner, yet they found no one worthy of the responsibility. Then, one day, a boy presented himself. He hailed from humble origins and lacked formal education, but his heart radiated kindness and his soul exuded purity. The counselors were initially skeptical, but they resolved to assess the boy's merit. They posed a series of trials, each more challenging than the last. Astonishingly, the boy surmounted every ordeal, displaying wisdom, valor, and empathy. He proved himself genuinely deserving of becoming the emperor's heir. The counselors stood amazed and queried the boy on how he triumphed where so many others had faltered. The boy smiled and replied, "I did not prevail on my own, I held faith in the emperor's plan. I was certain that if I gave my utmost effort, the emperor would guide my path." The wise man gazed at the young man and stated, "My son, akin to how the boy had faith in the emperor's plan, we must also nurture faith in God's plan. We may not always comprehend the reasons behind events, yet we must trust that God has a purpose for us. We must have faith that whatever unfolds, does so for a reason, and that ultimately, everything will transpire for the best." The young man absorbed the wise man's narrative and contemplated it profoundly. He recognized that he had permitted his grief and desolation to engulf him, blurring his perspective. He had overlooked the broader context, forgotten that every occurrence, even his father's demise, holds significance. He expressed gratitude for the wise man's insight and departed, carrying a lighter heart and a sense of tranquility. As he departed, he grasped that the wise man's tale wasn't solely about God's design, but also about the potency of faith and trust. He comprehended that with faith, we can surmount even the most daunting challenges. He realized that by trusting in something beyond ourselves, we can find serenity and purpose in our lives. Thus, the young man pressed on his journey, bearing the wise man's wisdom within him. In conclusion, he acknowledged that he would encounter myriad trials ahead, yet he also recognized that armed with faith and trust, he could prevail. Throughout life, we confront numerous hurdles and obstacles, and it's facile to lose oneself in the struggle and lose sight of the grander picture. However, by cultivating faith and trust that each occurrence serves a purpose, we can summon the strength and courage to persist. Recall that, akin to the boy in the tale, you too can conquer even the most formidable challenges. If you hold faith and trust in something greater than yourself, be it God, the universe, or your own inner strength, believe that you possess the fortitude to confront any obstacle that crosses your path. Life is a journey, and while we may not always discern its destination, placing trust in the voyage can infuse each step with joy and significance. Hence, continue onward, my companion, and never relinquish your dreams. With faith and trust, all things become attainable. Want to live with more wisdom and purpose? Discover the secrets of Buddhist monks in the ebook The Wealth Through the Eyes of Buddhist Monks. Click on the pinned comment and start your journey of transformation.